Still waiting for that magical moment when you'll finally have enough money to start investing? Spoiler, that moment doesn't exist. And while you're waiting, broke people stay broke and rich people get richer. Look, I'm not here to sell you some crypto scam or convince you that investing requires a finance degree and a suit. This is M3 Money Mindset Makeover, and we're about to crack open one of the simplest, most powerful wealth-building tools that Wall Street wishes you'd ignore: S&P 500 ETFs. You're watching this because you're done being broke. You're tired of living paycheck to paycheck while watching other people build wealth like it's easy. And here's the truth they don't tell you. It kind of is easy, once you know the cheat codes. This isn't just a channel, it's a mindset revolution. Subscribe to Elevate Your Money Mindset. Elevate your life. Because today, we're breaking down exactly how to invest like you actually know what you're doing, even if you've never bought a single stock in your life. Let's dive in. Let me paint you a picture. It's 1975. Some investor puts $10,000 into the S&P 500 and basically forgets about it. Fast forward to today, and that investment is worth over $2 million. No day trading. No stock picking. No finance degree. Just one simple move and patience. Meanwhile, your money sitting in a savings account? It's literally losing value every single day thanks to inflation. That $10,000 in 1975 would be worth $10,000. Maybe with like $500 in interest if you're lucky. Your bank account is a slow financial death sentence, and nobody told you. So what is the S&P 500 and why should you care? The S&P 500 is basically the VIP list of American business, the 500 biggest, baddest companies in the US. We're talking Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Google, Nvidia. Every sector you can think of: tech, healthcare, finance, energy. When people say the stock market, they usually mean the S&P 500. Think of it as the Avengers of investing. Instead of betting on one superhero, you're backing the entire team. And historically, this team wins. Over the long run, the S&P 500 has averaged about 10% returns per year. That might not sound sexy, but it's literally how wealth is built. Here's where it gets good. ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund, and I need you to forget everything boring that name suggests. An ETF is basically a basket filled with stocks from multiple companies. When you buy one share of an S&P 500 ETF, you're buying a tiny piece of all 500 companies at once. It's like going to Costco. Instead of buying one apple from one store, you get the bulk pack. Instant diversification. Instant access to the entire American economy. And you can start with as little as the cost of one share, sometimes under $50 depending on the ETF. The most popular S&P 500 ETFs, SP, VOO, and IVV. They all do basically the same thing: track the S&P 500. Low fees, high liquidity, and you don't need to be a stock market genius to use them. But here's the real twist. This isn't just about money. It's about ownership. When you invest in an S&P 500 ETF, you're not just saving. You're becoming an owner. You own a piece of the companies that run the world. Every time someone buys an iPhone, orders from Amazon, or searches on Google, you profit. That's the game. And the people at the top have been playing it forever while telling you to just work harder. Let's get real for a second. I know what's running through your head right now. I don't have money to invest. Investing is for rich people. I'll start when I pay off my debt. What if I lose everything? I don't understand the stock market. I get it, because I've been there. And so has almost everyone watching this video. You're out here working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Your rent eats half your paycheck. Student loans are bleeding you dry. You're told to save for emergencies, pay off debt, build credit, invest for retirement, and somehow also enjoy life. It's exhausting. And then some finance bro in a suit tells you to just invest, like you're sitting on piles of cash you forgot about. Like you haven't been choosing between groceries and gas. Like you're not one car repair away from financial collapse. Here's what nobody tells you. The system is designed to keep you too broke, too scared, and too confused to invest. Because the moment you start investing, you stop being just a worker. You become an owner. And owners build wealth. Workers trade time for money until they can't anymore. But here's the truth that might sting. Waiting for the perfect time to start investing is the same as waiting for the perfect time to start living. It doesn't exist. Drop it in the comments. What's holding your doubts or questions you may have about investing? Let's call it out. If it is on your mind, it's also likely on someone else's. Okay, here's where everything changes. Investing in the S&P 500 through ETFs isn't gambling. It's not day trading. It's not trying to beat the market or pick the next Tesla. It's the opposite of all that chaos. It's boring. And boring is beautiful. You know what's exciting? Debt. Drama. Living paycheck to paycheck. Checking your bank account and hoping it's higher than you remember. That's exciting, but that's also exhausting. You know what's boring? Watching your net worth grow every single month. Compound interest doing the heavy lifting while you sleep. Becoming a millionaire slowly, steadily, without the stress. Let me break down the magic of compound interest, because this is literally the closest thing to a money cheat code that exists. Let's say you're 25 years old. You start investing just $200 a month into an S&P 500 ETF. That's like 2 dinners out, a couple of streaming services, one less impulse target run. At a 10% average return, by the time you're 65, you'll have over 1.2 million. You only put in 96,000 of your own money. The other million? That's compound interest, baby. That's your money making money, and that's wealth. Now let's say you wait until you're 35 to start. Same $200 a month, same 10% return. You end up with around $470,000. Still good, but you left $730,000 on the table by waiting 10 years. Time is your superpower. And every day you don't start investing is a day you're giving away your future wealth. But here's the key. You have to think long term. The stock market goes up. The stock market goes down. In 2008, it crashed. In 2020, it crashed. And every single time people panicked, sold, and lost money. You know who made money? The people who held on and kept investing. Because here's the historical truth. Over any 20-year period, the S&P 500 has never had a negative return, ever. Short term, it's volatile. Long term, it's one of the most reliable wealth-building tools in existence. This is where broke ends and ownership begins. You don't need to be rich to start. You need to start to become rich. And the beautiful thing about S&P 500 ETFs is that they're designed for exactly this. Everyday people building wealth slowly, consistently, without needing to become finance experts. Open a brokerage account. Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Vanguard. They're free to open, no minimum balance required. Takes like 10 minutes. Choose your S&P 500 ETF, VOO, SPI, or IVV. Seriously, they're all basically the same. Pick one and don't overthink it. Set up automatic investments. This is the secret sauce. Automate 50, 100, 200 a month, whatever you can afford. Set it and forget it. You're using dollar cost averaging, which means you buy when prices are high and when they're low, smoothing out the volatility. Do not touch it. This is not your emergency fund. This is your future wealth. Let it grow. Ignore the daily market swings. Check it once a quarter if you want, but resist the urge to panic sell when things dip. And listen, I know some of you are drowning in debt. I'm not saying ignore that, but here's the move. Handle your high-interest debt, credit cards, payday loans, first. But if you've got student loans at 4%, you can invest and pay those off at the same time. Don't let perfect be the enemy of progress. You don't need thousands to start. You need to start, period. All right, M-Cubed family, let's bring this home. The S&P 500 isn't some complicated Wall Street secret. It's literally the simplest, most proven way to build wealth over time. And ETFs make it accessible to anyone with a phone and a few dollars to spare. Rich people aren't smarter than you. They just know the game and play it consistently. They invest. They own assets. They let compound interest do the work, while everyone else trades time for money. You've been taught to save. And saving is good, for emergencies, for short-term goals. But investing? Investing is how you build the life you actually want. It's how you stop working paycheck to paycheck. It's how you retire before you're too old to enjoy it. It's how generational wealth gets built. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about getting rich eventually. And doing it without the stress, without the complexity, without needing to become a finance expert. Start small. Stay consistent. Think long-term. And watch your future self thank you. Learn how to break free from the cycle of debt and build a secure financial future, not just for yourself, but for generations to come. Subscribe to Money Mindset Makeover channel and hit the bell to join the financial revolution, my M-Cubed Mavericks. Next up, zero-based budgeting in 2026 on a tight budget. It's a fresh take for my millennials and Gen Z audience. You might want to bring a notepad. See you there, M-Cubed family.